As Black Dog marks its new chapter with its refreshed packaging and its Savour the Pause campaign, today we have with us Ruchira Jaitly, CMO Diageo India, to share more about the design and the role of design in modern luxury. Hello and welcome to Impact Magazine.
Thank you.
Black Dog has a strong, instantly recognizable identity, right? So, what were the non-negotiable while refreshing the bottle, and where did you allow yourself to take the creative risk?
You know, Black Dog is a scotch with legacy. And I think when you talk about non-negotiables, that's the only word that comes to mind, which is to say the legacy of Sir Walter Millard, who found this perfect spot in the Highlands, where the water was absolutely crystal clear and fresh. And he knew that because he was a fly fisher, and the best fish, sweetest fish were there. He'd sit there and he'd with his dog while he was fly fishing. It's a place called Linkwood, and it's immortalized on our pack. So we actually hark back to the tradition of a malt that has been matured across Scotland and blended at places like Linkwood. And that gives us a blend that is not just absolutely exceptional, but savor worthy. And that's why we say savor the sip. It's something that must be paused to be enjoyed. You have to pause everything around you to be able to enjoy that moment.
So, how do you modernize a legacy that has such long-term customers?
It's a wonderful question. How you modernize it is by framing the relevance of the proposition in today. And today we find, and there's Euromonitor trends, there are all kinds of trends from across the globe about how screens have taken over our lives, all consuming, we're constantly looking at what's happening on them. So if you can take a moment away, and a lot of people believe that things like digital detoxes are what are needed. So when we say savor the pause, it is about pausing for something that's worth it, and not because you want to cut away and get away from the world. And the world's also a beautiful place. It's a very engaging place. It's so that you can come back refreshed and ready for the fight, and maybe discover new paths to yourself and to what's available in life. So to your point on the legacy, what Walter Miller did while fishing in a little glen in Scotland is we're saying what people should be taking out in that moment when they just stop, take a pause, savor the moment, and then come back, fresh, like they say, for the fight.
What are the key objectives of this campaign from brand and business perspectives?
From a brand perspective, I think it's very clear. We want people to know that what they are sipping, what they are buying in a bottle, is absolutely the most savor worthy liquid possible. Because we know that Indians not just love their whiskey and their scotch, but they're also pretty good at determining what's a great liquid. So that's one part of it. The other part of it's also to view this brand, which is a legacy brand, like you said, in a context of today. So one, of course, is Savour the Pause as the platform, but the other one is Emilia Clarke, who's a very well-known actor, who loved the idea. She's British, and she loved the idea of being a part of a campaign that actually spoke to something that she believes in, right? And she's been through a lot in life, and she always believes that going away, taking that pause, has only helped her come back stronger. So, yeah.
Like you said, like Clark is your brand ambassador now, and she's British. So, in a space where Indian whiskey brands are getting recognition on a global stage, like Amrut, Indri, Paul John, within India, are you seeing a fierce competition from Indian whiskey brands or global favorites?
India is a unique market, like I said. People love their whiskey and they know their liquids. So in India, there's plenty of space for both. I think what you missed is that one of the highest number of awards ever gotten on a whiskey out of India is Godawan. And Godawan is an Indian single malt that comes from Alwar. It's our brand, one we're very proud of. It comes from Rajasthan. It is all about mindful luxury because it's created in a region that really has scarcity. So this is a whiskey that gives back towards the conservation of the bird, which is massively endangered, and also gives back to the place where it's created by being water positive, renewable energy, a distillery that's really positively impacting the communities that live around it. But at the same time, it's also an award winning whiskey. To your point, we're doing both. We have both one of the best Indian single malts you can buy, as well as the best scotches from across Scotland. And that tells you about how important the Indian consumer is for Diageo and why we believe that this is a market that truly appreciates what great liquids are.
So, as you cannot advertise alcohol brands directly on TV, so what ways are you going about it? Like, how are you planning your advertising?
Like this, calling people over, having evenings where you have experientials. We have a beautiful installation made by Arzan Kambata. It is being hosted at the Chhatrapati Shivaji Sangrahalaya, which is a huge honor for us because we really believe it's a moment. I've heard that there are people who are just lying flat, enjoying the immersive experience for minutes on end, and they're doing it because there is a real need for people to take time out and just enjoy what's around them. I think that is the best way to build a brand philosophy, and the only way that we can actually bring things alive. We do, by the way, spend the largest part of our budgets on experientials, on ways of getting consumers to experience the brand, not so much on media and television, which is absolutely fine by me.
So, which KPIs were prioritized to evaluate the success of these campaigns, and what specific metrics do you use to measure the impact?
You know, sound like my boss. But I think if I look at the key KPIs, it really is about saying, can we get people to reevaluate what is a beautiful legacy brand and to really taste these liquids once more? Because I believe the potential for us is enormous. So clearly, India is a growth market, it's a growth opportunity for us, and we're looking to actually drive a lot of growth on brand Black Dog.
So, in a cluttered premium whiskey market, how do you build aspiration without glorifying consumption, especially for newer, younger audience, such as Gen
First
Z?
of all, Diageo is about drink better, not more. So, in Black Dog, as for example, has two variants: Black Reserve and Gold Reserve. The Gold Reserve variant is a fantastic variant, and a lot of Black Reserve consumers automatically upgrade to Gold Reserve. It's not that they're drinking more; they're just finding better and better expressions. So, I have to say that we do have a very, very strong ethos of saying drink better, you don't have to drink more. The second is we do invest on initiatives like Wrong Side of the Road, Drink IQ. These are all ways to inform consumers. In fact, Wrong Side of the Road is an initiative where we work with the license certification offices, the regional transport offices, where you get your license for certification. And all that we're doing is telling people that you cannot drink and drive. So if you're going to drive, you will actually limit your alcohol consumption. We're not in the business of promoting um, indiscriminate consumption of alcohol. We are in the business of saying we've got great liquids, savor them, take that moment out, and please don't drink and drive.
Well, that was a great message. Looking ahead, how is Diageo rethinking content, communities, and experiences to stay relevant to them?
That's a very long answer. All I'll say is that at the end of the day, our brands live, breathe, and grow in culture. So this evening, this home, being a part of someone's intimate settings and at the same time creating a moment of pause, that's one example of being a part of culture. Another way of being a part of culture is the immersive experience there in the back. Um, just like that, we've got every brand has its own way of bringing alive its own brand purpose platform and cultural moment, and that's something that we continue to build. Um, for me, the fact that our brands live and breathe in culture and in moments of consumption is also a tremendous challenge because it's a living, breathing opportunity to connect with consumers, and that's always exciting.
That was great. Thank you so much.